So there's a lot of PPE that happens with this donning and doffing every day with all the patients. Tell me more about that.
Well, that's actually a main strategy of having this whole unit as a hot zone. It allows us to conserve PPE, which is a shortage nationally. So we can actually use the same PPE for each room because everybody is positive. We don't have to worry about transmitting to other patients. So right now, we're getting into gowns and gloves. Thank you. This is my N95 for going into an airborne room. I'll put on my face shield. Good? Okay. All right. So now we're in the hot zone. I can't tell if it's still recording or not. Yeah, okay. So now we're in the hot zone, and we have got about 20 patients on this ward. We can walk this way. And you can see how the nursing station is protected from contamination by plastic. There's some windows cut into it. And this whole unit is negative pressure, so all of the air is coming out from the corridors to the patient rooms and then leaving the building to minimize any risk of contamination at the nursing station.
How do we know it's negative airflow? What does that really mean?
So, the negative airflow is something that we worked with our engineers very closely on, and it took us about a week or two, and we turned this floor, the floor below it, and then the floor with the ICU all into negative pressure within about a period of a week or a week and a half. And that means that even though it's a little bit cooler on this unit, it really helps from an infection prevention perspective, that if there are any aerosols that are generated, those aerosols do not come back out into patient areas or staff areas, they all leave the building.
Is that a hard thing to do? Was that because you needed more beds and more negative airflow for your
Yeah,
patients?
it was really, we were concerned because that the surge is coming, and because we do have many patients who have COVID, that there's an increasing viral burden of COVID in the hospital, and we wanted to do everything that we can to protect our staff and try to get any COVID that could be aerosolized out of the hospital.
Okay, we'll just talk about it when
Why don't we see if we can find a nurse or a doctor who's interacting with one of the patients. You doing okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you need more?
No,
You
no,
never
this way.
were, yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Good. Is anybody planning on going into 43 or 44?
This would be Amy's. Hey, Amy, are you going to be going into 43 or 44 anytime soon?
No, there's no pressure. It's more just if you're planning on it.
It's more just if you were planning on it, not necessarily we need you to right now or anything. So.
Is it okay if I pop in? Hi, it's Dr. Cohen. Hi, it's Dr. Cohen. You doing okay? All these doors are closed to maintain the pressure. But this whole area is still considered hot.
So how many patients are in the unit right now?
So right now we've got 20 patients with COVID who are on the unit.
And how would you say they're doing?
It really depends. We have one who's scheduled to discharge today, and they're going home, which we're very excited about. We always think it's a success when we're able to get a patient with COVID out of the hospital. Yesterday, we actually extubated 2 patients, meaning they didn't need mechanical ventilation anymore, and another one was discharged home. So there are some success stories. Though unfortunately, we have had several deaths over the last few days, and that really impacts staff that are on the unit.